welcome back. As we all know, elections coming up November 4th. Of course, all voters across the state of Texas will be voting on 17 different propositions. In Wall, if you live in the Wall School District, you'll be voting on whether or not to approve a tax rate change. Brett Sneers and Russell Dacey, head of the board and superintendent here from the Wall School District, to talk about what's going on. You all back in August agreed to change the tax rate. Tell us what voters will be considering in this November 4th election.
Yeah, exactly. So back in August, we agreed. This is something we've been looking at as a district for a long time. So we're really excited about this. But yes, we voted to increase our M&O tax rate from 65 cents to 77 cents. With that being said, we're going to bring our INS tax rate down.
Which is kind of hard for taxpayers because it's very complicated. Before we get to what the big change will be for property owners coming in the coming months, this would be for next year. Total would be about how much money maintenance and operations is for teacher salaries and what all else. What are you going to do with the money?
So the maintenance operations is everything you do to run a school on a daily basis, from your payroll expenses to your electric expenses, your transportation, your maintenance. So it's everything we do to keep our doors open and really enhance our programs for all of our students.
San Angelo School District went through this in the last year. Not only will you have the tax dollars coming from Wall School District property tax owners, but also from the state of Texas. What would the total amount be, and what are you planning to use it for?
So the total amount will be in excess of $1.4 million, 800 from the local side and about 600,000 from the state side each and every year. And that's the golden pennies you hear. If we're going to have, our funding is going to be duplicated from the state, the money we receive from the state. So what are we going to do with it again? We want to enhance our compensation programs for our teachers. We want to look at facility improvements for our students and our staff, as well as expanding our CTE programs throughout the district.
Brett, this is something school boards across the state of Texas have been dealing with the past few years. Again, San Angelo School District just went through it. What are you hearing from taxpayers about the needs for your school district?
Yeah, we've got a great community, a very supportive community. And so we've had a couple of public meetings here recently, just finished our second one last night. And so it's really enlightening to hear how behind this our taxpayers are. They're very supportive. They know teacher pay has just not been where it should be
stagnant,
for a long time.
Really.
Yeah. And so they know that the students in our district, they're great kids, they're great students. They deserve more. And so that's what we hope that we can do, is just better the education that the students
How are you all doing with your teacher rate right now? I know, again, a lot of school districts across the state of Texas are having trouble keeping teachers in classrooms.
Yeah.
We're not having trouble keeping them, but we are having trouble maybe with the application pool. I think if you go to the colleges and look at the universities, the recruitment out of the college is not there. And where we used to get 100 applicants for one job, we're seeing 7 or 8. And so they're just people either getting out of education for whatever reason, compensation being part of it, but they're just not coming into it. So we hope this extra money will allow us to recruit some of our young folks to get into education.
Tell us what some of the challenges are. This Wall School District has continued to expand over recent years. What are some of the most challenges you all, as a school board and superintendent and administration, are looking at in the coming years?
Well, obviously, we've experienced quite a bit of growth in the last decade. And so, and that kind of continues. And so we're always looking forward and what we're going to have to do to, take that in, and we've done a lot of renovations in the last 5-6 years. We've renovated some older buildings to try to, we moved our 5th grade over to our junior high to be able to accommodate the kids. But we've done a lot of stuff out there just in the last few years, and we just need to be able to continue
keep the momentum.
Keep
the momentum.
Yeah.
All right. We promised we'd talk about this at the beginning. If you're a homeowner or a property owner, you're always thinking about how much more is my tax bill going to go up per month or per year annually. What are you telling voters?
The biggest thing is this is going to be an overall tax increase of decrease of 4 cents. The M&O rate's going to go up, but we're able to, as Brett said, reduce the INS rate. And what I want people to know is this is a one-time opportunity. There's not, if this VATRE passes, the school district can never come back and say, hey, let's raise the M&O again. It is set and it's done. And then back on the INS side, that rate will not change it'll only probably lower itself.
So again, no change then, really. So, I mean, I can't speak because I'm not a voter and I don't live there, but that's really the truth. And how can people get more information if they still have some questions about it?
So, of course, on our website, you can go to the www.Wall ISD website, and we have a VATRE link there that gives you all this information. Of course, we're out on social media, Facebook, and different places, really campaigning and putting that out there. But that was the main thing is for our taxpayers. The question I've had is, what happens next year? And next year, there's no increase from either side. And so I only see the tax rate going down because as property values go up and we grow, the INS part of the tax rate will go down.
All right, really complicated, but it all boils down to helping the students and keeping teachers happy. Thank you all.
Right.
Thank you all so much. School Board President Phil Albert Snares and Superintendent Russell Dacey. Early voting continues through Friday at the Ed B. Keys building in downtown San Angelo. Election day is on Tuesday. Thank you all for being here.